Hello, everybody, and welcome to episode 4, season 2 of the Daily Pill, a webcast sponsored by our parent company, Angel Home Care Services, an agency educating and providing caregiving services to the Miami-Dade and Monroe communities right here in South Florida. I hope everybody's good. We're coming into you today at a different day. Normally, we are on Wednesdays, but today is Thursday, so it's only going to be for this week. So sorry for those who are used to pretty much tuning in on Wednesday. Anyway, today I want to talk about something specific. Hold on a second. We have a guest. Alex, can you hear me? Nope. Nope. So let's forget about that for a second. We were supposed to have a guest coming in. He had some technical difficulties on his end. So we're going to do him some other time. In the meantime, what I wanted to cover today was it's just crazy how it gets sometimes, I booked him almost a month ago and last minute things happen. So that's what happens in this crazy world, and we have to adapt and we got to keep going. So anyway, um, so today I wanted to talk about many times family, so family caregiver, right, or a daughter comes up usually is going through a crisis. Usually what happens is they don't know how to deal with a specific situation, right? Whatever that is, whether it's your mom or dad had a sudden crisis, let's say acute rather than chronic, meaning something you see coming. Sometimes the reactions are different. What's important, what you need to do most of the time is usually try to do like some sort of pre-planning. And that's what I wanted to talk to you about today. So I'm going to help you create what I call a family long-term care custom plan in 3 easy steps, right? And then step number 3 has a 5-point checklist. All right. This is actually on this booklet, which is free. If you go to the Daily Pill on Facebook, you can grab it there, learn button, and it'll take you to the page where you can just download it for free. Okay. And so step number 1 is to get informed. All right. And that means get information about insurance, your parents' insurance situation, your parents' medical situation, or your loved ones, or whoever you're caregiving for. Uh, uh, find out what local resources are in the community that can help you. One of the things that I always talk about is you don't have to uh, do this alone. The number one mistake that caregivers make is they want to do this on their own by themselves. All right. It's not sustainable. All right. No one can sustain the pace that it requires mentally, physically, and emotionally to keep up with caregiving needs of even the most basic and easiest of patients. That's why it's good to build a team, that effort, and start to do it early. So get informed about uh, what's in the entire climate of that person. What is it like? Start with insurance, financials, and medical, right? Just get informed. Get all the information that they have if you haven't already. Number 2, I'm going to go right through this, is know your options. All right. So now that you have all the info you need to figure out what your options are. And now it's pretty much, let's say, for example, if they have Medicare HMO with X insured, what are the benefits for that? And are those benefits enough to cover the needs that he has, right? Which in essence are the same needs that you have. Not all plans are created equal. I know that the tendency might be to compare what you have, what they have versus what somebody else has. And sometimes it's very similar, sometimes it's not. So know what your options are, right? Uh, for example, if a carrier, if your insurance benefits cover up to, let's say, clinical services like physical therapy or occupational therapy or nursing at home, what are some of the things that Medicare won't cover that you're actually going to need, like personal care, companion, homemaker, respite, anything like that, because Medicare won't cover for some of those services. Yet most people, sorry about that, most people are going to pretty much be uh, taking, you're going to be off base because you think that Medicare, it's a all in all, right? That the insurance will cover everything. No, the carriers divide what they pay between clinical and non-clinical services. And you have to pretty much know what those are, because sometimes you have options. Some of those options may be other supplementals or out of pocket, or a long-term care policy or living benefits for an insurance policy you have. Those are just some of the options. Okay, so also the ability for you to uh, be able to hire people, through an agency or directly. That's another option where you have to weigh that in. Is it better for you to have an agency? Like, for example, we're an agency, and sometimes we're the best option for that family. And many times the best option for the families, because they have the means and the ability to manage a hire, is to just go ahead and hire someone directly. And it's okay. It's not good nor bad. Many times I've actually told the families, you're better off hiring somebody directly, because you have to have the infrastructure and the family network to be able to do this better. You don't really need an agency, right? Unless it's actually more on the clinical side and the insurance would require you to do this. You have to go through an agency sometimes. But for a lot of times, for personal care needs, you have the option. It's what we call private duty or self-pay, okay? Now, step 3 is taking action. And here is, you've already made a decision, you've educated yourself, you made a decision, and now you have the correct information, and now you have to put that in play. And I have a 5-point checklist to help you take action along those lines, right? And one is, do you understand? So 5 questions. They're in the form of questions, but in essence, it's the questions that you need to have answers for to then implement. All right. So, do you understand your parents' current eligibility status? It's a key question, right? What do they have? Why they were, right? What benefits are they eligible to have through their current insurance? That's one. Do you understand the services your parents' insurance plans cover, right? Do you understand the services your parents' insurance plan covers? Um, they're all different, and sometimes they change, and sometimes they're hard to even understand, even though it's in black and white in front of you. Many times I have to end up calling an insurance company to actually get clear on what it is that they actually cover. And we're on this side of, we're in the business, right? And sometimes it's difficult for us to kind of get a clear landscape. So I can imagine sometimes how difficult that could be and confusing for a family member. So, but it's very important to get clear on what are those benefits that are covered, right? Number 3, do you have a team in place to deliver these services? It's all about team at this point. You got to make sure that either through an agency or through your own network, that you have the right team in place. If it's clinical or if it's non-clinical, or even who's gonna take care of grandma after school, right? It's just like, at this point, is you're pulling from everybody, from the family, from friends, from social networks, from everybody. That sometimes it's just not gonna be enough depending on the situation. So I always say that a caregiver who's at the head of the action, you have to be a diplomat. You have to know your local resources, and you have to be very MacGyverish. You have to be very resourceful. Okay, and so again, do you have a team in place to deliver these services? And you have to have that. If not, you're gonna get slammed. All right, don't wait till the last minute. Have you budgeted for any shortfalls in care cost? Sometimes you're gonna have so whatever the insurance doesn't cover that you still need, it's got to come from somewhere. All right, and that's usually it's a budget issue, right? Either the money's there or the money's not there. But sometimes you have like many times families bought a long time ago a long-term care policy they don't even know they have. So that goes back to educating yourself and doing some digging and doing some research on what it is that that person has or doesn't have, right? And so so if that's the case, maybe they're a veteran, right? And they have benefits through you know they're for being a veteran they get a bunch of money, right? They get access to programs that other people don't. Sometimes, if you're Medicaid, you qualify, you're eligible, you get a bunch of hours awarded to you through the specific, a plan, right? So, and then have you plan for at least the next 3 to 6 months. It's very important that you plan at least for the next 3 to 6 months in advance, because on a chronic condition, it's very easy to you just don't know. An Alzheimer's patient can last easily 10, 11, 12 years, right? Because their mind is gone but their body is still going. They're still going. So you have to make sure that you plan for at least the next 3 to 6 months, and then take it a quarter at a time. And of course, on another topic, this is something that I always tell caregivers: make sure that you're applying pretty good self-care to yourself. Caregiving is a long game, and it's a marathon. It's not a sprint, and you have to make sure that you're taking good care of yourself. All right. So let's recap really quick, because I know I'm almost out of time, and I wanted to make sure that. And by the way, you can get it's right here. It's in this book. Just go ahead and download it. Step 1, get informed. Step 2, know your options. Step 3, take action. And within that action, there's 5 checkpoints that you need to understand. 1 is, do you understand your parents' current eligibility status? 2, do you understand the services that your parents' insurance plan, whatever they cover? Number 3, do you have a team in place to deliver these services? Make sure you do. Huge. Have you budgeted for any shortfalls, right, in costs? And do this, and then which kind of goes into this, plan at least for a 3 to 6 months in advance. All right. This booklet has got so much stuff in here. I wrote it a couple of years ago. I actually had to do a revision, but it's pretty much up to date. And it's actually titled "How to Have Your Elderly Parents Properly Cared For Without Going Broke in the Process." Go ahead, download it, and have at it. In the meantime, if you have any direct questions, you can shoot me a quick text at 305-220-4544, or you can just email me at calegre@angelhcs.com, or you can just on Facebook reach out to me. I'm available. I'm everywhere. You can Google me and you can reach me. I'm the easiest person to reach if you have any questions. You can also, did I give you my number? It's 305-220-4544 at the office, but you can call me at the cell at 786-303-1500. All right, so this is what we have for today. Next week, we have an guest. I'm not going to let it out of the bag yet. I'm going to make some announcements and promote it because it's going to be fun. I don't think I'm going to give you a hint either, but you're not going to want to miss it. All right. So anyway, thank you for being here. Thank you for listening. I'm not sure if I have any questions, or if I don't think I saw any questions, but no worries. Thank you so much. I will see you next Wednesday right here at 7:30 at the Daily Pill. Where do we download the book? You download it at the Daily Pill, the Facebook page. All right. You can also go to our website at angelhomecareservices.net, and then right on the very front, there's a link there to click, a button to click, and it'll take you to the landing page, and you can download it there as well. That's right. All right. Thank you. And any more questions? I don't think there are more here. No, I think we're good to go. Thank you so much, guys. I'll see you next week, and take care of yourself, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye-bye.